We have arrived at the last piece of the infrastructure, which is the one dedicated to key partners. We try to understand for each individual company, which could be a key partner, to know if we are on the right path or if we need more contacts. In the case of Netflix, in the media part, they have to create partnerships because living alone within this sector is practically impossible. These are companies that need to communicate with their sector. The publication of articles on movie sites or on the Internet Movie Database can certainly give a boost to the content. Let's also try to think about how Netflix can collaborate with cinemas, because Netflix doesn't have its own cinemas. So it may be that they want to create opportunities such as events, festivals, where they need a physical presence that is not part of their system. There are also many rules that are made when a single piece of content is sold in different markets. So talking to people who deal with rules or laws is very important to understand the protections as well, because individual catalogs are different in each country, but if they manage to make partnerships, it is certainly easier this part. We try to evaluate what could be the types of resources. For example, also working with those who create, for example, smartphones and tablets, can try to help Netflix to understand if their technology can be compatible, and therefore if the experience is really the best possible as they imagine it. In Tesla's case, they definitely have to work with the people who make the cars. For example, they have done collaborations with Toyota because Tesla is trying to create something completely innovative, but which is certainly also very expensive. Let's consider that within the automotive sector, generally the largest companies all agree because the costs are very high for the development part, and Tesla has also managed to create collaborations. From this point of view, also evaluate in your canvas if you need help for some types of research, because doing everything on your own is really difficult, even for giants, let alone for a small project. Let's also consider that the installation of Tesla's charging stations also requires help from a government point of view, because public space, cable grounding, location is required, all things that need to be regulated in some way. Tesla alone cannot get into a market and start doing these things because this could also give problems from an advertising point of view. Let's consider that from the point of view of the supply of the individual components. Tesla is particularly complicated. Obviously, we are not talking about a reality that has all the individual components in-house. So if they have to modify something, it must still be done in collaboration with key suppliers who are likely to collaborate with Tesla also, due to the fact that Tesla itself pushes a lot on the innovation part, and therefore they themselves are enhanced by this type of collaboration. In the case of Facebook, we also have users from the partner's point of view, because they must be able to support Facebook's value proposition when it collaborates with brands. Users must be present on the platform. There must be a partnership with technology partners because, as we said, Facebook integrates with many platforms, but it may not do everything internally. There are external realities where a privileged relationship is made to allow Facebook to expand, but also for them to have the possession of certain information that may be confidential. They also have to work a lot from a legal point of view, because Facebook clearly having a lot of data on users has to be very careful. Also consider that Facebook always has to create something new, and therefore working with developers can also be very useful. That is, trying to work with those who create individual content. Maybe special series are made only on Facebook or only on Instagram to get people to go to the platform, but not done directly by Facebook. So as always, there are so many opportunities. However, within this section, it is necessary to understand which are the key partners that are helping you for the success of your business at this time, and understand which ones could be useful for a later phase. So you need to compile a list where you imagine what might happen in some time, always trying to keep your feet on the ground.